Now, most people don't know this, but image ads are underrated and they are an absolute goldmine that can make your ad cost 3 to 5 times cheaper and achieve between $1,000 and $10,000 a day. And this is the same strategy that I'm using and the biggest e-commerce and dropshipping brands are using in 2025. Now, just to prove to you guys that image ads are underrated and they're an absolute goldmine, check out one of my ad accounts where I'm running a dropshipping product on Facebook ads. And you can see here underneath the creative name, it's called image ad, image ad, image ad. And then the videos are just called creatives. You can see here they've got the highest CTR and they've got the best CPC. Sometimes the CTR is a little bit lower, but the CPC is dramatically cheaper. And this is what helps with profitability on ad accounts. Now you can see my purchase ROAS here, which is 5.55. Now my break-even ROAS is just above 1.5, and that's so profitable just because of image ads. So the point I'm trying to make is if you're not implementing image ads into your testing for your e-commerce stores and your dropshipping stores, you're literally throwing money down the drain. Now, the first step to making viral image ads is getting the content that's already out there. This is going to be the product that I'm going to be using as the example in today's video. It's a dropshipping product, so I can get lots of stock images from AliExpress. So what you want to do is you want to go to AliExpress, download all the images that you can find from all the different sellers. Now, if you're running an e-com brand and you've got your own photography, then you don't need to worry about this. Or if you have got your own e-com product, you just need to take more photos of the product. Now, even if you're a dropshipper and you haven't got great photos from your supplier of the product, then my best advice is you order the product from Amazon and take some photos of it yourself with your phone camera. Now, images just like this are more than sufficient for me to make viral image ads, just like I'm showing you right here. I can do a lot with this type of content. Now, the next step that you need to make sure you do is find all of your competitors on the ad library. Now, the ad library is free to use. It's Facebook's search engine to finding all the ads out there for products like yours and many others. Now, I went straight to the ad library and I typed in the name of my product, titanium cutting board. Now, do remember every product that you sell, you're gonna have different phrases for it. So try a few till you find a lot of results. Now, once you find a few results, you want to filter it by images. That way you're only gonna see competitors that are selling the same product as you, but in image ads. Now, even if it's not the exact same product, you wanna find something fairly similar because it's gonna be the same principle of style that you're going to make. Now, you can see here a lot of competitors selling the same product with their image ads. And the reason why this is so important is because we want to look at the inspiration of what they've currently done. Now, I found this page here that I've got some really good image ads that I can reference. You can see them here. This one looks really, really nice. Also, this one here also looks really, really good. Now, I found one of the best competitors for me to reference from, which is called Titan's Kitchen, because they've got a customer review image ad. They've got another customer review image ad. They've got something called a feature product ad, and they've also got more feature product ads. So I can use this as a reference for me to go off. Now, the reason why we're doing this is because this is what's working, and we're going to create something similar, if not better. Now, I'm not a creative expert and nor are you, so that's the reason why we're not just going to come up with random ideas ourselves. So let me tell you guys a little bit about what the Vault is, the benefits of it, and why it's a no-brainer to join. Now, the Ecom King Vault is my mentorship for completely free, and it is an in-house designed app by me and my team. We've not gone out there and used Kajabi or any other app. We built this from the ground up so that we can add whatever we want to this community. So when you create an account, you get access to everything that we've designed in-house because we believe it's the best thing for you guys in terms of the way we teach you and the way you navigate through the Vault. You've also got the community through Discord and through the Vault, and you've got all the lessons, modules. We're also going to be adding to this throughout every single month of the year. You're also going to get access to deals, giveaways. Now, we've already given away $25,000 in cash prizes. So this isn't a joke when I say the Vault has some insane giveaways that loads of people can win. With that being said, guys, I can't wait to see you in there. I'll see you soon. So guys, the next step to this stage, which is what I'm calling the inspiration part, where you're gathering competitors and inspiration for your own image ads, is to come to this website here called awards.com. Now, this posts the best e-commerce websites in the industry. So I filtered it by Shopify and e-commerce. So all of these websites here have been awarded the best websites for their graphics and their website. Now, the graphics and the images is the thing that we care the most about. So what you want to do is you just want to scroll through all of these different websites websites till you find one that is selling a product that is similar to yours in the same niche, or that you can just take any inspiration from. Now, this product here was one that I found from one of the websites, and you can see their image ads are really, really good. Now, here's one really good example where it's showing you feature products. So it shows the product here, but it's going over the features with colors showing the importance of each feature. So these are really good image ads. Also, images just like this. Nice image shots here of the product. We can recreate these nice and easily in Canva, but this is what I mean when I say get inspiration from the big competitors and other brands. Now, the next stage, guys, is creating our image ads and now using copywriting to add to the image ad. Now, I'm going to be showing you how to do all of this, and the main component to this is by going to Canva. And once you go to Canva, try and get the pro version because you're going to get access to way more templates and styles. And they also have a 30-day free trial, so it only makes sense. Now, once you've created an account on Canva, you want to search for product, and you're going to see loads of image ads for products that you can take inspiration from, and you can reuse the template. So basically, Canva's doing all of the hard work for you guys. We just need to replace the copywriting and the images. Now, if you click on one of the styles that you like, so let's say, for example, I like this style, it's then going to show you suggested images based on that style. So you can see it's giving me loads more variations of that style. Now, before we can start editing this, we need to change the copywriting, which I'm about to show you now. Now, before I go over the copywriting section for our image ads, creating hooks, benefits, and features, we need to understand that there's different style of image ads that we can make. Now, the main one is product features, where it shows an image with product features. The next one is a customer review where somebody's got the product and they're reviewing it. Then you've got another image where it's actually going over the benefits and the headline and the hook. So there's loads of different variations of images that we have to understand. Now, if we don't understand the type of image ad we're making, we're not going to be able to convey the people we want on the Facebook and Instagram ads. So as you guys can see here inside of my Google Sheet, it says here, step 1, crafting the headline hook. So the first thing we're going to create is the headline, the hook that grabs attention instantly for our ads. So this is the headline that I've created for my chopping board, the only cutting board you'll ever need. And I like this because it's simple, direct, creates curiosity, and makes people want to learn more. Remember, you can adjust this to fit your product or come up with something unique that highlights your product's main benefits. Now, how I came up with this idea was by going to my competitors and looking at inspiration. And you can also use ChatGPT 4.0, give it your competitors, give it your brand name, show it images and links of your product page, and ask it to redefine it for you, and it will do it all for you. Now, most people don't take advantage of ChatGPT, but it's so helpful for stuff like this. You just need to make small changes. Now we need to highlight the key benefits. Next, I'm adding 3 key benefits of the product to convey the customer why they need it. So number 1, maximum hygiene. Hygienic is crucial, especially when handling food. Lifetime durability, eco-friendly choice, going over plastic and wooden, which aren't eco-friendly. So these are the key benefits that I'm highlighting with a short description. And again, I got all this information from my competitors, from ChatGPT, and other sources that I recommended at the start of the video. Now, technically, you should have all the key benefits already listed on your Shopify store. So you're just basically reusing those on the image ad. So before we move on to the next part of today's video, I want to talk about a Shopify app that everyone, and I mean everyone, should have installed, and it's called OmniSend. And OmniSend is an email marketing provider that you can use to then email your customers, whether it be abandoned carts, whether it be welcome series. And the great thing about OmniSend, your first 500 email customers will be completely free to use, so you won't have to pay to have them in OmniSend. Now, some other companies will charge you to have these people in your email list. Now, OmniSend is designed for e-commerce email marketing. They're not a one-stop solution for all of these industries. They are specifically designed for e-commerce email marketing. So the way they design their flows, the way they design everything is designed for an e-commerce business. Now, the reason why everyone should be using email marketing is because if you're spending money on Facebook ads, Google ads, or even influencer marketing, and people are coming to the site but not converting, then you need to reconvert them through email marketing. So if you're spending $1, you want to make sure you maximize everything you get out of that dollar. And by having email marketing set up correctly, you will make sure that you take advantage of that $1 you're spending or $10 you're spending on traffic. Now, we've generated almost $1 million in just email marketing, retargeting, and acquisition. So email marketing is every single e-commerce dropshipper's responsibility to make sure they have installed. And with an app like OmniSend allowing you to have 500 customers for free, it makes sense. Now, I've even made a step-by-step free course on how to install OmniSend and set up the flows so you can start your welcome series, you can do your abandoned cart sequences, you can do a custom win back. I've gone through absolutely everything on that video. So I'll leave that video linked in the description. And if you want to use OmniSend, I'll also leave my exclusive link in the description so you can get the latest deal and offer through OmniSend. And I also want to say a massive thank you for OmniSend for sponsoring today's video. Now, the next thing that I'm going to be adding is the money back guarantee, which says 30-day money back guarantee. That way we're going to be building trust with the viewer instantly. Now, the next thing we need to do is create a catchy call to action. You can just go with the standard shop now, or you can do something like 30% off plus free gifts, shop now, ending soon. All of those types of call to actions are completely fine. So to make our first image ad, guys, I'm just going to go back to Canva and I'm just going to select one of these templates and I'm going to click customize. Now, for our first image ad, I'm not actually going to use this template. I'm just going to be using the dimension. So I'm just going to delete everything. Now, the first thing that I'm going to do is go to where it says uploads. Now, make sure you've uploaded all of the images of your product straight away. Now, once you've uploaded all your images of your product, I'm going to drag the blank version of mine here. Now, for our first image ad, I'm just going to be using a basic image of our product, which is basically the product item on a blank background. Now, if your background isn't blank, you can just click it, click background remover, and it will remove the background for you. Now, once you've got a clean background version of your product just like this, I've made it bigger and I've made it fit half the screen because I want them to know what the product is, but now I'm going to write some text on the right-hand side of what the product does and make it look catchy. Now, if your product image has lost resolution because you've made it bigger or the quality of the image originally just wasn't great, what you can do is you can click the image, go to where it says apps and go to where it says image upscaler. And now we can upscale the image. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to 4 times. Now, just like that, guys, Canva has just upscaled my image to make it look a lot more professional and high resolution. Now we can go to where it says text and we can drag over a heading, and we're now going to start working on our call to action and our headline up the top on the right hand side. Now, before we do that, I'm actually going to make some adjustments to this image again by clicking on it and going to where it says edit. And what I'm going to want to do is add a shadow. So when you click edit, you're going to see shadows and effects. I'm going to click that and I'm going to be using the one called drop. Now, you can try all of them like backdrop, you can use page lift, you can use angled. Now, between page lift and drop, I'm not sure which one I prefer, but I'm going to go with drop just to give it that extra 3D effect. And now I can actually start working on the text. Now, for the text, guys, we're just simply going to be taking what we added to the Google Sheet, which is our headline and the key benefits that I highlighted here. So I've added some text here, guys, that says the only cutting board that you'll need. Now, for me to do this again, I just got some text from the heading section, dropped it in. I changed the font. Now, when you're changing fonts, all you need to do is come up here where it says fonts. Now, you're going to want to use fonts that are bold and stick out. So you want to stick to very bold fonts. Now, the font that I used is this one here, if you guys want to copy me. Now, you should try and also stick to fonts that you've used on your website because it's all about branding. And if you change your fonts all the time, it can sometimes throw people off your branding. So try and stick to the same fonts you've used as a header on your Shopify store. Now, if the ones on your Shopify store aren't bold like this, then you're going to want to use the one that I'm using, which is right here. Now, just so you guys understand, I've done these as individual headers. So each word is a header. I haven't done this all as one. Now, if you want the best results out of Canva, you have to do it one by one. And what I've also done is I've gone to where it says elements, I've gone to where it says shapes, and I've got myself a square. What I've done is I've put it as the background and I've resized it so it makes the color of the text pop out. And I've also dropped the transparency on some of them to give it that 3D effect. Now, this part is quite fiddly because you have to do it one by one like I just showed you. But once you've done it, it really does make a difference. Now, what I've done with some of the text is I've made it 100% showing, and with some of it, I've made it half transparent. So you can see here, this is dull, this is very bold, this is dull, and this is very bold. because that way it gives it that 3D effect to your eyes when you scan it and it pops out. If you just make it all one flat color, it will not pop out. Now, the reason why I use the color orange is because it's a bold color and it's also the same color I'm using on my Shopify store. So again, you want to stick to the same brand colors that you're using on your Shopify store. Now, if your brand colors aren't very bold, like orange, green, blue, then you're going to have to just come up with a random color that isn't on your store. Now, the next thing I've just added, guys, is why you need this: maximum hygiene, lifetime durability, eco-friendly choice. And again, all I've done is used a side header, made this the text, made these in rectangles, and just added the text over the top. Very simple, but again, it can be a little bit fiddly doing it one by one. Now, the next thing that I've added is a shop now icon, and all I've done is gone to elements, typed in shop now, and you can see loads of different options coming out. I use this one here and just dragged it over onto my image, and you can see I've just placed it just around about here. Now, a nice rule of thumb that I like to use is when you're filling this out, don't just do it in a straight line. Try and go from the left hand side to the right hand side to the left hand side. That way, when people look at it with their eyes, they scan it a lot more cleaner. Now, imagine if I just did all of this straight, it wouldn't appeal to the eye as much as I've done it right now. Now, the next thing that I'm adding, guys, is the 30-day money-back guarantee at the bottom. I've just got a rectangle again, added it to the bottom and got some text and put 30-day money-back guarantee. Now, the reason why I'm dulling out the 30-day money-back guarantee section is because I want to be conscious about where people's eyes are going to be focusing when they look at the image. Now, if you look at this image, you're just going to straight appeal to what is in full color. So this here and this here is going to be what your eyes straight away look at, and the rest is going to be scanned later on. So you've got to be very careful what you show in full color and transparency versus what isn't, because that will be where the eyes go to straight away. Now, an issue that I've got here is this is overlapping the image. So I'm just going to click on it, go to where it says position and click backwards. Till then, you can now see that it's now focused on behind the image. So this is the first image ad done, guys, and this is going over a catchy headline and some key benefits. Now, this literally took me around about 5 to 8 minutes. If you spent a little bit more time, you can get a nicer looking image made. Now, I'm actually going to spend a few more minutes editing this and then show you guys what it looks like after you put a lot more detail into it. So guys, 5 minutes later, I've just readjusted this image to make it look a little bit more cleaner, and you can see straight away it looks a lot more nicer. The other image I showed you guys, it was me rushing to show you, but if you spend a little bit of time, you can start to make these look really, really nice. So now we're going to make our second image ad, and all you need to do is go to where it says add page in the bottom, and it's going to give you a second page. Now we're going to start on a blank canvas again, because the next image ad is comparing the old version of our product or a bad version of our product to our product. So we can do that ourselves quite easily. So for the second image, the style we're going to go for is why you need this, which is going to be a comparison image going over our product versus what's currently on the market or our competitors, and saying why we're better and the benefits that you get from the product. Now, to start this image ad off, we just need to add the name of our product as a header at the top of the image. So you can see here, I've added it called the titanium board. Now, this is slightly too big, so I'm going to make it a little bit more smaller and make it central. And now I think that's perfect. Now, use the grid on Canva. You can see here, it's showing me where the central line is. So make sure this is centered just like that. And now we can move on with the next part. Now, I would recommend that you make the title of your product name a bold color. So I've made mine orange. Now, the next thing you're going to want to do is add another subheading here, and you're going to call it why you need this. Now, you can see here it's called why you need this. Now, I do need to make this a lot more smaller because it's just going to fit slightly underneath the title. So I think that's the perfect size, and I'm going to place it just there. Now we need to add some text, so I'm just going to grab this here, and these little texts that we're going to be adding are going to be our key benefits. Now you're going to want to add 4 of these, one on the left hand side, one on the right hand side, and then another row. So you can see here I've added one key benefit, which is long-term durability, with a green emoji. Now I've added this as an emoji, not as an image. So as long as you're using emojis, you can add it just there. Now if you're on Windows, you can go to a website called Emoji and you can create the emojis there. If you're on Apple, you can just use the inbuilt emojis. But I've added one here. Now, if you don't have emojis, you can go to elements and get them from there and just add them individually, which is a little bit harder. So I would recommend using the keyboard emojis to do this. Now I'm just going to copy this and actually add it to the other side. So it should look like this. And now I'm going to change this to the next benefit. Now, just like that, guys, I've added the other three: eco-friendly, heat chemical resistant, and then I've gone over the antibacteria benefits. So you can see here, 2 on the left, 2 on the right, and these are what we call our key benefits. And these are individual text boxes, as you guys can see. Now, the next thing that I need you guys to do is go back to the text tools and go to subheadings, and I want you to add 2 subheadings. The first subheading is going to be your product. Now, in my instance, it's going to be the titanium board. And the second heading is going to be the existing product on the market, which is a wooden cutting board. So I'm going over the current market product versus ours. So whatever yours is, you need to add it here. Now, if you're struggling to figure that out and you don't have that as an option, the other type of image ad you could do is ours versus theirs. And if that is going to be the case, you will need to change this to us versus theirs. So why is theirs bad? Why is ours good? Now, most of you guys should be able to just do the one I'm showing you. Now, if you really can't do that, then you need to do yours versus theirs, which is your competitor versus yours. But in this instance, I'm going to be going over our product versus the current product on the market. Now, I've just done that by adding titanium board in orange, which identifies that's ours, and then wooden board in black to identify that's the current one on the market. Now, again, I've made sure that I've kept this central and to make sure it's following a line of symmetry, because then it will look nicer to the eye. Now, the next thing that you're going to do is very simple. I'm adding an image of my product from the front angle, so from the front of the chopping board, and I've added a shadow effect called backdrop to make it look like it's standing out. And then you can see here, this is an image of my product. Now I'm going to find an image of a wooden chopping board and I'm going to add it here. Now, to do this, I can simply go to Google and type in wooden chopping board, filter it by transparent image, and upload any of them here. But ideally, I'm looking to find an image that matches a front view just like mine, so it looks comparable. And just like that, guys, I was able to find this image. Now, it's not a front-facing image, but it was the best thing that I could find. And I want to make sure the image is similar size to the other image. So now I've got this image. I really want to show that this is the worst option, which is what most people have got. So how I'm going to do this is I'm going to go back to where it says elements, and I'm going to type in red cross. Now you can see here, I can see all of these red crosses. So I'm going to grab this one here and I'm going to put it over the image to identify this isn't the option that you want. Now I want to add a buy now button underneath my product to show that that's the one that they want. So I'm going to go back to elements and type in buy now. And I'm simply just going to use this one here, which is the yellow buy now button, make it slightly smaller, put it underneath my image, and I'm going to change the color so it matches the color that I'm using, which is orange. So that looks really nice. And then I'm going to add the 30-day money back guarantee here. And just like that, guys, I've added the 30-day money back guarantee. Now, to save you guys some time, you can just go back to the original image that you made and copy this and then just paste it here and resize it. And that's the second image done. The current product versus our product, and us identifying it through imagery and text that we have the better option. Now, again, I made this very quickly, guys, but if you spend a little bit more time, you can make them look a lot nicer. Now we're going to move on to the third image ad, which is going to be our customer testimonial image. So we're going to go back to where it says add a page again, and we're going to start filling it in. Now, because we're creating an image ad testimonial, the main part is going to be the text, and the text needs to be a genuine review. Now, for you to get a genuine review from your product, you can either go to a testimonial from a competitor and grab one of theirs and reword it by using AI, or you can go to Amazon and get one from there either. So Amazon reviews, or by going to your competitor's store and getting one from there and getting ChatGPT to reword it for you. Those are the easiest ways to do it. Now, once you guys have got a customer testimonial, the first thing we need to do is go back to text, go to header and drag it over. Now, the first bit of text that you're going to be doing is 5 stars, because obviously this is going to be a 5-star testimonial. Now, you can either make this black or orange. It's completely up to you guys how you want to do it. Now, we need to go back to the elements section and type in star. Now, this star here is perfect, so I'm just going to grab it, resize it, and I'm going to add it there. Then I'm going to click copy and paste, and I'm just going to add these next to each other till I get 5 stars. Now, you want to make sure that these are symmetrical, so that when you drag these and move them, it shows you here if they are, because you can see it says 10, 10, which means they're the same distance. Then I'm going to grab another one and put it here. And then I'm going to grab another one and put it at the end. Now, if you're like me and your stars are slanted to one side, then you can just select all of them and then you can group them and move them And then by doing this, you can find the center line, and we're just going to leave them there. So now we've got our 5 stars and our stars in the center. We can now add another text, which is going to be a paragraph, and this is going to be our customer's testimonial. So I've just added our customer testimonial in here by using the method that I explained a few minutes ago. Now I'm going to make this smaller and make it fit just like this. And just like that, guys, I'm happy with the way this looks. Now I'm going to want to grab a subheading, and in the subheading, I'm going to put this slightly off to the side. And as the subheading text, I'm going to change it to the customer's name. So I'm going to change this to saying Sarah and then the initial of her last name. Now you can make this up and it's completely fine. So you can see here, I've added the customer name here and I've just left it off to the one side. Now it should match the same line as the last word. So you can see recommended and her name is on the same line, because the rest of the image is going to be an image of somebody holding the product in their hand. Now for the next step, guys, it's super simple. We're going to go over to TikTok and we're going to search for the name of our product, and we're going to try and find a video of our product in somebody's hand. So you can see here a woman holding the product in her hand and showing it in the camera. Now we're going to want to find 2 or 3 videos just like this of different people holding the chopping board in their hand facing the camera, because these look like a testimonial. So we're going to want to watch it in full screen just like this and take a print screen of her holding it in her hand just like this. And once we've got 2 or 3 videos like this that we took a print screen of, we can then head back over to Canva. Then you can see I've uploaded both of the images and I've just added them here. Now you obviously want to make sure the image clearly shows them holding the product. So that's why I've made mine slightly smaller so you can clearly tell that they're holding the product. Now if you're like me and you've got some gaps here on the left, then we can fill that in with a rectangle. So I'm just going to drag this on. I'm then going to change the color of it to our brand color. So I'm going to go back to that orange color, and I'm basically just going to fill this all in with my brand color. Now all I need to do is click on this and click position, click backwards till it fills out just like this. And just like this, guys, we've now got that colored in. Now, if you think it looks odd, the orange being there, we can actually be smart and change this to that goldy yellow color. So now the actual background matches the stars to show that it's trustworthy. And just like that, guys, we've got our image testimonial ad. Now, if you want to come up with another version of a testimonial image ad, then you're going to take an image of somebody, again, holding the product in their hand, make it the full screen of the one-to-one template, and then you're going to want to add a speech bubble here and add the text in there. So you're going to add a short testimonial in the little speech mark, and then it's going to point to the product. That could be another image ad that works really, really well. Now, another image ad style that you could make that's really effective is a red flag or a warning one. Now you can see here, this one says food, health, and safety. Warning, did you know that for every food you cut, there's all these bacteria and microplastics in your food? And then it shows our product here, which is obviously the solution. Now you can do this with a lot of products. Now there's one called the pregnancy seatbelt, and a lot of people have used a similar style of image for that. Did you know that there's so many mothers that have had crashes in a car with a normal seatbelt and they've lost their child? So these are what we call the emergency image ads, where it educates you on a massive warning, whether it be health related, whether it be a factual warning, but these can also work really, really well. So guys, those were the image ads that I'd recommend as a mandatory that you test, because those are the styles that have worked the best for me over the last few years and given me the best ROI. Now, if you want to make other style of image ads, you can just simply go to Canva and type in product or something related to the product, like product features, and it will give you loads of templates like this that you can use. Now, yes, these do look fancy. These do look really, really cool. Now, funny enough, guys, the cool, fancy looking ones don't always perform the best, and that's why I didn't show you how to make these. But let's say you do want to make them. They're very easy to edit on Canva. Basically, if I want to use one of these fancy images here, all I need to do is click on it, click edit template, and simply just delete their placeholder here and add an image of my product, and then just change the symbols and the text to match my product. And just like that, you'll have a fancy looking image. So if you guys want to go ahead and do those extra ones and make them look cool and fancy, that's completely up to you. I just wanted to show you image ads that simply convert for me. Now, when it comes to using these image ads, you want to use them as single images on Facebook ads and Instagram, and you also want to test them as carousel, which basically means that you run them as multiple images that people can scroll across. So you want to test both single image and also carousel. And if you guys want access to my full Facebook ads and Instagram ads tutorial for 2025, make sure you check out the link in the description and in the pinned comment. And with that being said, guys, that's how you can create viral image ads for your dropshipping stores, your e-commerce stores in just 10 minutes using Canva and AI. And that can help you achieve between 1K a day and 10K a day. Let me know what you thought of today's video in the comment section below and what you guys want to see next. And make sure we hit the like goal so you can get access to the cheat sheet.